With this being the final week of the Halloween horror reviews, I decided to start it off with a bang. The Castlevania series has not even been touched this whole project, and for good reason. I decided to save the best Castlevania and use it to demonstrate what 13 installments into the Castlevania series can do. Not only does Symphony of the Night culminate what a good horror game should be, it is a milestone for the series as a whole. Released by Konami in 1997 for the PlayStation 1, Castlevania Symphony of the Night is a direct sequel to Dracula X. It shattered the mold that every Castlevania game before it used. There was no more level-by-level platforming, and instead it introduced an open-ended gameplay sprinkled with some light RPG elements. The closest thing I can think of is Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest, but Symphony of the Night perfected it and gave the Castlevania name some replay value. Not only did Symphony of the Night bring in fresh new gameplay elements, but it also attempted to establish some Castlevania canon, where they tried to tie up many loose ends in the series timeline. In terms of how the game plays, it is a 2D platformer where you play as Alucard, the son of Dracula. The term Metroidvania is in full effect here as you explore the castle to gain new weapons and abilities. It is an open-ended process and allows you to explore almost anywhere, accessible to you at the time. If you want to proceed past a certain door, you have to get the appropriate power-up or beat a certain boss. There are many side rooms, dark corridors, and dungeons that will have you backtracking and using these items you gain to unlock new areas. And this is the real beauty of the game. You get so familiar with the castle that the non-linearity of it is the best aspect to this game. Your character will grow as you defeat enemies, and the experience system in Symphony of the Night is a great addition to the Castlevania games, as the newer titles following Symphony of the Night also adopted this RPG style. You have attributes for Alucard. As you kill enemies and level up, these attributes naturally increase. You're also given equipment slots where you can use various armor, shields, and of course weapons. Unlike Simon Belmont, the protagonist of every other Castlevania game, Alucard uses edged weapons instead of the vampire-killing whips. Swords, knives, knuckles are all common finds around the castle, and you will be swapping them in and out as each new weapon brings upon better stats for your character. The consumable items are also included with the traditional sub-weapons such as the axe, cross, or holy water, and these are used by collecting hearts just like the other games. The most notable aspect of Symphony of the Night is the fabled inverted castle that Konami ingeniously designed for the game. Once you finish the game and beat the final boss, you are given some new items, as well as the option to play through a second time, much like the older horror games on this list. However, in doing so, the castle is an exact replica of itself, but inverted so that everything is upside down, and it works amazingly well. The foresight needed to design every room and corridor so that it can be played in this manner is truly a work of art. So why is Castlevania Symphony of the Night on this list? Well, it was too tough to include every single Castlevania game, because they are really good. But Konami really outdid themselves with this, and reinvented a series that was seeing the signs of age. Symphony of the Night set the bar so high that it will forever be etched in the pantheon of great games. The enemies, Dark Castle, and hell, even Dracula are what make this a good horror game, and the gameplay mechanics come together to give you the most complete Castlevania package to date. Nothing has come close to doing what Symphony of the Night did, and even though it is known as a cult classic, it is really one of the top video games that someone could play. Even if you are not a fan of horror games, you deserve to step into Alucard's boots and witness the beauty of this castle for yourself.